This is an 8Bitdo NES30 wireless controller. And this is an 8Bitdo NES30 Pro controller. So why would you choose this one over the other one? Stick around, because it's TechWiz time. Hey guys, Jonathan here with TechWizTime. In this video, I'm going to be looking at the differences between the NES30 Pro and the NES30 8Bitdo controllers. So full disclosure here, a company called T-Mart actually reached out to me and sent me the NES30 controller. They didn't specify that they wanted to see the video or leave any positive reviews. They just wanted me to have a look at it and make a video on it for you guys. So if you do like the controller after you've heard what I've got to say about it, well, you can buy one from the link down in the description below. So with that said, let's jump on and see what I think about the NES30 controller. All right, so one of the key differences between these two controllers is the design and the missing analog sticks on the NES30 controller. So if you're looking to use this for later titles like Nintendo 64 that specifically uses the analog sticks, then you're probably not going to get the same experience from the NES30 compared to the NES30 Pro controller. So a lot of people will be using these controllers for their Raspberry Pis or their Android systems, playing retro games and so forth, and that's fine for the NES30 controller as long as you're using it with 16-bit systems like the Super Nintendo or the Genesis, and earlier, like all the way back to Atari really. But when you get into more modern gaming like Nintendo 64, PSP, PlayStation and so forth, some of the earlier PlayStation titles were okay, but once you moved on to the analog stick, you couldn't really use this particular controller with those games. Now, to most people, this does look like a Nintendo controller, but the difference is the Nintendo controller didn't have the 2 extra buttons on the front and the L and R button on top. One of the things that I didn't actually like about the NES30 controller was the L and R buttons on top. So the reason behind me not actually liking the L and R button on top is got to do with comfort. And when you're actually holding the controller, like this, you see the arching of my fingers there. It's not as comfortable as, say, the NES30 controller, which is rounded. So you've got to look like this versus a hunched over sort of look like that. Not the best design layout in my opinion. But if you're not going to be really using the L and R buttons, then it's not too much of a design flaw. In regards to what you can use the controller with, you can use it with an NVIDIA Shield, Android tablets, Android phones, Raspberry Pis, PCs or Macs that have Bluetooth, or you can use it on iOS with certain games. So that's your Apple iPhone and your iPad. So for the games that are compatible with the iOS system, this controller works great, but just be aware that it doesn't work with every single title. And this is due to a specification that Apple has out there called MFI, and this particular controller isn't compatible with that. So if you are looking at buying the 8Bitdo controller for an iOS device like an iPad or an iPhone, then just be aware that it doesn't work with everything. It needs to be iCade compatible. So with the bad stuff out of the way, what did I really think about it? Well, I really liked it. I really like the responsiveness of the buttons. They've got a really nice feel and actually feel a lot nicer than an original NES controller. The start and select buttons are rubberized and the D-pad actually has that nice roll on it, whereas a lot of modern controllers feel very clicky. If you're looking at playing racing games with the L and R buttons, unfortunately they're not pressure sensitive like other controllers. As an example, the Xbox controller triggers. So racing games unfortunately isn't going to be something that you would be playing a lot of with this controller. So who can I see this controller being used for? Well, a lot of people actually, but as long as you're not using it on an iPhone or an iPad, or for modern day gaming where it doesn't require analog sticks. So I know this was a quick video, but it gives you a quick overview of what I thought about the NES30 controller in comparison to the NES30 Pro controller. Oh, that's right, one last thing. The NES30 Pro controller is actually more expensive than this little guy here. So if you're looking to save a little bit of money and you're not too concerned with the analog sticks, then the NES30 controller is right up your alley. And like I said, links are down in the description if you want to purchase this for yourself. So this was my first real review of a controller or a product from someone. So let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Like, did I do a good job or was I crap? I don't know. You need to let me know. Did I miss out anything? Was there something more that you wanted me to go into detail with? You know the drill. If you'd like to see more reviews of products and different tech gadgets, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon too. If you'd like to help support the channel in any way, then what you can do is you can visit my Patreon page, which will be on the screen now. And if you made it this far, you can check out some of these other videos that you might like as well. And as always, imagine, learn, create. 8-bit dough, 8-bit dough, 8-bit dough, 8-bit dough, 8-bit dough, dough.